welcome back to another segment of Wisdom Wednesday. Today, I want to talk about having and keeping an open mind. And I wanted to talk about this because so many things are changing. And sometimes when things change, it's hard to have that open mind to the new concept, the new style, or the new way they say things have to be done. And it's sometimes we just have to be like, when we're keeping that open mind, is try it first, but don't judge it. Try it and don't judge it, which that can be hard because everybody has their traditions or the way that they have been taught to do something. But with things constantly changing, we always have to keep learning because everything changes. And change can be a source of panic, especially for myself and for a lot of people out there. It's hard to adapt to something that's unfamiliar or something that we've never seen before. But as time goes on, you start to figure out that things are always going to change. And even if you think it's not going to change, the times are going to change whether you are up with the times or following it or not. They're going to change regardless to what you see and what you hear. Whether you want to be stuck in that old mindset, things are going to constantly change around you, regardless to if you like it or not. But having that open mind gives you the opportunity to be somewhat okay with the changes. You feel like you accomplished something. I can learn how to do this and see if it works for me. See if I can try it. It's not about is it faster or better than the way you were doing it before. It's just about learning a different way to do things. And we all learn in different ways if you really think about it. Some of us are visual learners. Some of us are auditorial learners. So some of us learn by seeing and watching, and some of us learn by listening. But however you learn to adapt to a style that works for you. That's why you have to keep the open mind. Because once you get frustrated, you close your mind off to all the possibilities that might be there. If you don't consider the changes, then you don't consider the opportunity you could be missing out on. It might not be right for you, but that opportunity could branch off to some other opportunities. And you don't want to close yourself off to the opportunities that are placed for you, that are meant for you. It's hard to have an open mind when we all have our traditions. And we will forever hold our traditional ways and our traditional styles. But it's okay to not always follow tradition. You might have a family, just for an example, of lawyers and doctors, and y'all might own a hospital or y'all might have a family practice, whether it's in law or doctor. But you could be the one that be like, I want to be creative. I want to be a filmmaker. I want to be an artist. I want to be a designer. So it's okay for you to break that tradition because you have that open mind to say, I don't have to be like everybody else that came before me. I can be my own person. That's what keeping an open mind means. I can be my own person, but still have respect for the people that have their traditions and have respect for things that are changing. Whether it's changing your mind or your heart, sometimes they gotta go hand in hand. Because in your heart, you feel as though, I'm not ready for change. Change scares me. So opening your mind and your heart says, I can learn to figure out how to accept what is going on and figure out a way to still be comfortable. And it's not something that's going to be learned or given over time. It's just gonna always have to happen. There's always gonna have to be a way to adapt. And whether it's in the food you have to eat, whether it's in the things you have to learn, or whether it's the things you see around you. Everything you see or everything you hear doesn't require for you to have a reaction. Sometimes you have to be still and be patient and wait in that moment and really think about what you're going to do or what you're going to say. Because sometimes our traditions can close our minds and our hearts off to new perspectives. And with things constantly changing, we all are going to have a different perspective. That doesn't make anybody right. That doesn't make anybody wrong. It's just a different way of thinking. Everybody has their own way of thinking. What's going to be right for them? But how can I still incorporate the bits and pieces I have taken from people that they have taught me something and use it and apply it to myself? I'm not gonna completely change the way I do things. I'm not gonna completely think, oh, the way I've been doing something is wrong. I'm just gonna twist my perspective on what I was doing. I'm gonna try to enhance my perspective so when someone comes along and shares their thought process, I'm not gonna automatically say, you are wrong for what you're thinking. That's not the way to do it. I'm going to say, I never thought about it that way. I'm going to give it a try and see if it works. And then me and the person can compare notes on what worked and what didn't. So that's what you should do. Have an open mind, have an open heart, and just know that just because you are doing something doesn't mean it's wrong. It just means you have to do it a different way. And maybe the path that was set out for you isn't the direction you want to take. It's okay to take a different direction. Just you have to focus on what you want to do and find a way to apply it so it can work for you. I just want to thank you for listening. And if you ever want to share a message of your own, you guys can always contact me on Instagram. And you can come up here and give your perspective on something, and I will leave all your channel links and give you credit for your perspective in the description of that video that you make. So all my social medias will be in the link of the description. I hope you guys are having a blessed and wonderful day. Know that I'm always thinking about you. I'm always praying for you. And know that you having an open mind will make you stronger, will make you see other people in a different light, and give you a new perspective. Have a great day.